watching Juan Gotti talking sports.
What's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video we're going to go over our cap room and our space that we have since it's now been set. How much money do we have, why it's so good, where can we spend it, and we're going to also talk about the Carson Wentz trade. We're going to talk about the Cowboys cap space, just everyone in the NFC East. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, in this case our Washington football team. Let's get straight into today's video. So, like I said, we're going to talk about our cap space, and the cap space is now set. So the Washington football team has the 5th most cap space in the National Football League. We come in at $38 million. That's with the Alex Smith contract. Now, this is the best situation the Washington football team has been in, in some time now. And that's crazy because we still have Alex Smith on the books who's taking up a certain amount of money. We still have Landon Collins on the book who's taking up a certain amount of money. So we could probably move on from those guys. I don't know about Landon Collins. It's going to be a little bit more harder than Alex Smith. We can cut Alex Smith. I believe if we cut him before June, we save like $19 million. And then after June, it's like more money or something like that. I got to look more into that. But I believe it's around $19 million if we cut him before June. You look at Landon Collins, I don't think we're going to move on from him. But me personally, I would take that cap hit because we have a lot of cap money, or cap space rather, to do that. But also on the flip side, I can see why we wouldn't want to, move on from him because it would be a lot of dead cap to, have to take. So with the Washington football team having all this money, let's look at the rest of their counterparts. The Dallas Cowboys, they have $19 million. The New York Giants, it has $1 million in cap space, literally $1 million, and the Philadelphia Eagles is negative in cap space by a lot. Talking $49 million negative cap space. Philadelphia Eagles isn't doing anything. Now that takes me into my next key point that we're going to talk about here. So, breaking news just about 2 hours ago, the Philadelphia Eagles have traded Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts for basically highway robbery. The Indianapolis Colts got Carson Wentz, 3rd round pick, and a conditional second. A conditional second. I'm talking this guy could possibly not even play good there, and they'll possibly get, a 3rd, maybe even a 4th round pick. So it's basically on performance of Carson Wentz. And honestly, I think he's going to go out there and ball. So it could be as high as a 1st round pick, I believe, and as low as maybe a 4th round pick. It depends on how Carson Wentz plays in Indianapolis. So, like I said, man, Philadelphia Eagles fans, you guys, man, you are in a hole, and I feel bad for you guys, kind of, man. I know you guys are division rivals, but, like, it's just crazy because 3-4 years ago, I believe 3.5 years ago, almost 4, you guys were just Super Bowl champions, beating the Patriots, Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? You guys were playing phenomenal, having a Super Bowl year. You know what I'm saying? 2018 making it to the playoffs, 2019 making it to the playoffs. Now it's just like, what happened? Carson Wentz wants out. You guys are in cap hell. It's just so much wrong with Philadelphia. And then they get robbed for Carson Wentz. They wanted a Matthew Stafford kind of deal, knowing dang well they weren't going to get that. But I didn't expect them to settle for this low. I would have at least looked to try to get 2 seconds out of Indianapolis. But Indianapolis wasn't barging. So, Philadelphia Eagles fans, man, it's tough to be a Philly sports fan right now. I guess you got the Sixers, but it's crazy, man. So, prayers for Philly sports fans, man, and it's tough. So getting into our cap space, like I said, $38 million. What can we do with that? We can re-sign Brandon Sheriff if we want to. We have enough money to go out and get guys like Curtis Samuel, Allen Robinson if we want, Chris Godwin, Juju Smith-Schuster, whoever. We have enough money to get whatever we want. But I just think the smartest route to go is probably maybe re-sign Brandon Sheriff. Obviously, that's number one in my opinion. Get Ronald Darby back here on a bargain deal, maybe $10 million per year for 3 years, $30 million deal for 3 years, probably, if that's what he wants, you know what I'm saying, if he's going to accept it. And then you go out and get a guy like maybe Allen Robinson, who I really want, who I hope could possibly come here. And then get a guy like Curtis Samuel, who's going to probably run you $12 million. And then, have your offense really set. And then still have enough money to address the defense, probably a linebacker. Now, But with all this going on, you got to take into account how much each contract is going to cost. Brandon Sheriff is going to run you probably a lot. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be paid like one of the top guards, and rightfully so. So if you go heavy on the offensive side of the ball, you're not going to have a lot of money to get somewhere good on defense as far as top names like a Levante David as far as linebacker. Shaq Barrett if you want to get another pass rusher, which I highly doubt, but I just want to throw him out there. Linebacker is the biggest hole on defense, no question. We obviously know that. And if we can get a guy, you know, maybe in free agency or the draft, it would be phenomenal because they are literally the people that hold it down. They are the captains of the defense in most teams' circumstances. And I believe that Washington could go out and get a guy like KJ Wright, maybe that not too expensive, you know what I'm saying, still relatively good. And also draft a guy in the draft, obviously, maybe whether that's first round or second round, however that may be. But I think that's smart. In my opinion, you go offense heavy because obviously offense is the biggest disappointment on this team and needs to improve the most. So if we go offense heavy in free agency, whether that's a quarterback, whether that's what I said and getting Allen Robinson, Curtis Samuel, and then loading up Brandon Sheriff, obviously, and then go on defense since we're already most likely there. All you have to do is re-sign Ronald Darby, really. DeShazer Everett, I believe we can get him back on a bargain deal, obviously. And then you go out and get a guy like a KJ Wright or something. I'm just saying a veteran of that nature that can hold it down. Maybe slide Cole Hogan into middle linebacker and then draft a young guy if you do go the veteran route. I think that's the smartest, you know, route to take because then we'll have a good offense, a good defense, and then have some cap space left over to, you know, probably bring back Cam Sims if you want to. It's just so much that you can do with this. And I'm talking about all this while we still have Alex Smith. Alex Smith, he wants to play. I'm pretty sure he wants to start. So if we can get Alex Smith off the books, that's going to add an additional, I believe, like $19 million. I believe that Washington is in the perfect spot as far as the cap space, man. I just see no reason why we cannot go out and get the pieces that we need this free agency. Remember last year, we were saying we have all of this money. We expected Ron Rivera to go out and make big moves. He tried to go out and get Amari Cooper and didn't really try after that. This year, there's no excuse. There's too much talent everywhere to not get what you want. And whether that's wide receiver, quarterback, linebacker, free safety, strong safety if you still feel like that's a hole, offensive line, wherever you feel like it's a weakness at, you can get it this year. It's no reason why we don't get what we want. Now, let's talk about the most important needs to the least important needs. I feel like number one is the offensive line, and you check them under least important needs because I feel like, and obviously people beg to differ with me, the offensive line is good. Now, we can obviously, like I said, we can always get better. In previous videos, I said we can always get better by getting Orlando Brown, for an example, but you don't need them. I'm a fan of spending money elsewhere, and we're going into 2021 with the same offensive line. But if we did, you know what, maybe draft a guy or sign a guy in free agency, I'm cool with it, man. You can always upgrade. But if you say we're going to roll into 2021 with the same offensive line, I'm cool. Then we can spend money, obviously, outside of Brandon Sheriff. That's probably the only person that we're going to have to re-sign. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone else is tied in. Morgan Moses, Chase Roulier. Everyone is really tied in but Brandon Sheriff. So if we spend money on our offensive line, it should only be Brandon Sheriff. But if we do go out and get Orlando Brown, trade for him or whoever, it would be fine with me too. But me personally, I want to roll with the same starting five into 2021. Now, moving on to the most important need, it's quarterback, obviously. If you have this much money, still with the Alex Smith contract on there, there's no reason why you can't get your guy in free agency if that's the way you want to go. Marcus Mariota, however you want to see it, whoever that may be, Jacoby Brissett, who some people really believe could be a good fit for Washington. I don't know why. Tyrod Taylor, who some people may think, you know what I'm saying? Whoever that may be, you have no reason to not get your guy. Or you can get your guy in the draft. It's all about how Washington see it. I feel like they're going to go out and get a veteran and probably let him compete with Taylor Heineke and also bring in a young guy. I feel like they're going to draft a young guy in the back end of the draft, maybe third round-esque. I think they're going to draft a guy in the first round. I think they're going to go elsewhere with that pick. And I just think there's no reason why Washington can't get their guy in free agency this year. So yeah, man, there you have it. Washington basically has no reason to not get better. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, if you still think that's an option, defense, linebacker, free safety, obviously. There's no reason Washington should not get better this offseason. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the football team. Thank you for watching this video where I broke down the cap space. What do we have? How can we get more as far as, Landon Collins and Alex Smith, since those are the two biggest contracts on the team. Let me know how you guys feel about this video down below. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the football team. Let me know what you guys think we should do with the cap space and how do you feel about the cap space. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the football team. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you pop, get you drop, slide on the one where they get you boxed on.